All right, I think this is working, boys. Let's go. Today is the FOMC Minutes published for January, and it's going to be important. But first, let's talk quickly about what is going on today. U.S. stock futures down slightly in anticipation of a few things and possibly some exterior factors. So later today, after market close, Nvidia will be posting its earnings. We have seen a wild earnings season. Things can't even name them all. Things like Snap, things like just almost every single seemingly company that posts earnings has either seen a catastrophic dump or a monstrous rally. And today, Nvidia will publish, and Nvidia has been by far the most important stock, period. Over the course of just a year, it went from $900 billion market cap all the way to 1.7 trillion. And we do see a little weakness here as those earnings approach. Now, there are some other factors as well. On this drop, we've seen about $100 billion loss on the market cap, but that is hardly putting a dent in it at this point. And I honestly am not too worried about it. Until we hear from the earnings later today. I expect to either see this continue this drop or to completely reverse. It's been the characteristic of what we've seen lately. The Fed minutes we're going to get to in just a second. And one more potential factor here today. Bezos and other CEOs, we're seeing them sell large amounts of their holdings and shares, and that's an uncomfortable position to be in. So potentially those factors are influencing the market, but I think realistically, everything is basically hinged on Nvidia's earnings today. So for the FOMC, the minutes, let's really quickly go over last month. Last month, the FOMC, or Federal Open Market Committee, kept federal funds rates unchanged, 5.25 to 5.5. This is the fourth straight meeting that they've done this. In the FOMC, they stated that it will not be appropriate to reduce the federal funds target range until inflation moves sustainably to 2%. Now, a lot of metrics have been coming in over the months, and we have seen some, like Trueflation, suggest that it is under 2%. However, the CPI and CPE and all the other three-letter abbreviations for different calculations of inflation that the Fed uses are not quite where they want them to be. The Federal Reserve continues to reduce its holdings of U.S. Treasury securities, agency debts, and mortgage-backed securities as well. Recent indicators, they stated that economic activity has been expanding at a solid pace. Job gains have moderated since early 2023, but remain strong, and the unemployment rate has remained low. Inflation has eased over the past year, but it does remain elevated. Almost every metric does suggest that it's unrealistic to expect inflation to do anything other than grow, but it's the pace at which it's growing that is very important, really, to everyone here and everyone listening. The FOMC judges that the risks to achieving its employment and inflation goals are moving into a better balance. That's some dovish talk, but it's just not enough for me. The economic outlook is uncertain, and the committee remains highly attentive to inflation risks. Man, you can't even talk about this stuff without sounding just like Chirpow. Hopefully the minutes shed some light on both the conditions and the environment and the risks that the Fed is looking at, and if they are considering any adjustments for the target range. We looked at the Fed's dot plot. I don't actually have the thing pulled up. We looked at the dot plot last FOMC in January. I don't think that will have shifted, but I do want to kind of remind you guys in March when we have our next FOMC, pay attention to the changes in that dot plot. It's essentially each Fed member's vote for where they see rates in the next, I believe, 4-year period. If they start shifting up or lesser, we may see rate cuts earlier than we expect. But at this moment, I'm really not expecting it at all. I don't think we get rate cuts for quite a little bit, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but we'll talk about that later. They don't expect it to be appropriate to reduce the target range until they have greater confidence. Yep, of course. I believe that the Fed has reached its terminal policy rate. I don't think we're going to see any more interest rate increases, but I'm not sure when we're going to be seeing them cut. The committee continue to take into account a wide range of information and data, which they never seem to have. Chirpao saying good data for the first time in January. I guess he's been dealing with the mids data. Now he's leveling up. He's trying to do better, I guess. And that's basically data on labor market conditions, inflation pressures, inflation expectations. That was a big one. Forward guidance is going to be big here in March when this comes up as well. The expectations of the market. Chirpao was really, really careful to temper those expectations. People were getting very heated up about March cuts, and I don't think Chirpao saw it coming. So he definitely used rhetoric to kind of calm that down, put the brakes on that excitement, and that is a big part of his job. I think the latest target range projections for the FOMC imply that policymakers can expect rate cuts this year and to finish this year at about 4.6%, so down 100 basis points. A lot of people think that the market is still too optimistic when pricing regarding the future of Fed rate cuts, and I guess so. I don't really know either way. All right, so I got through this quick little intro. I got some really cool stuff to share with you guys. Hopefully you lasted through that. That was a little janky. So today I'm a little off my game because you may have noticed there are 2 streams on YouTube right now. They have the same title. You may be confused, and I apologize for that. We're trying out a new tool on YouTube, which allows us to stream in the vertical format or to like the shorts or the phone format. So if you're over there and you're on your computer and you're getting a really tall, thin video, the link is pinned to the main stream. We've got a few hundred viewers over here. Come join. The chat is not combined, so I cannot see if you guys are commenting on the shorts or the vertical format. So jump over here. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to look at some interesting charts, one of which we've crafted up just for you guys. I wanted to really quick just take a peek at Bitcoin, and we can see not a lot has happened. This is the 7th day now, basically at the 51 or 52K range. And we've seen this behavior a lot, and I think it's actually very good. If we look at the course of 2023, we can see a very distinct pattern of moving up and then moving sideways, with little sell-offs in between, but moving up and moving sideways. This is a slow and healthier way to climb. I've said this a lot, but I might as well reiterate. This is in contrast to, say, 2019's rally, when we basically just moved up. Yes, we did move to the right and up similarly, but the moves up were explosive. They were euphoric. They were massive. Hype was peaked. We may have had more hype in 2019 in May, June, July than even maybe early 21. This was one of the most euphoric times of my life in 2019. We were streaming live, and man, it was a good time. But as you can see, that kind of rallying, that kind of growth, not sustainable. You're not creating significant supports beneath you, and you're creating a lot of inefficiency on your chart, which leads to the dreaded retracements. We basically saw it trickle all the way back down to 3.6K in March on the 2020 March crash. And here we are. Things are looking, I will say, very different. It almost looks the opposite. Instead of these explosive euphoric moves up, we're getting long periods of consolidation, accumulation, support building. We have had, I will say, this is one point of inefficiency in October, this nice little candle here, but that really just extends to the top or the high of the range in the summer of last year. This is very good, very, very good, but that is not even the biggest piece of this. So this is all really the same behavior we've seen for about a year now, but there's a really unique element here today that I want to share with you guys again. Bitcoin is at $52,000. It was as low as 15,000 in November of 22, so just over a year and a quarter ago. That is a 3.5x, something like that. Where is the hype? Where is the excitement? Where is the euphoria? This is a little strange to me. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but in a good way. Every single time I have seen Bitcoin and crypto run up and make these monstrous moves, the top has always been signaled, of course in hindsight, but signaled by euphoria, by new investors, by new retail, by bull dreams that go to infinity. We can keep those, but it has always been marked that way. I have never once ever seen Bitcoin move up to a significant high and sell off without that euphoria. It just never happened in my mind. If you guys can name one, put it in the chat. I cannot. Every single time we see a macro or even like an interim high, we have all kinds of new people. It's just not the case. If you look at Google Trends and you look for Bitcoin, I'll pull it up, and you look for Bitcoin, you'll see over the last, who knows how many years, over the last 5 years, let's say, we are at a very low point. In fact, right after the ETF, we did have a nice little high in the search volume. I can't actually click it for some reason. 45 out of 100 on the ETF day. That was pretty exciting. And that did have some new people tuning in. But the sell-off afterwards, the immediate sell-off, and then kind of boring price action seems to have shaken those people out. Any new viewers or new people entering the space maybe took their first licks and decided, I'll come back later. Little conspiracy, this isn't related to what I'm saying, but it's interesting because if you look at YouTube for Bitcoin, searches hit all-time high on the ETF. Higher than in 21, higher than in 17. I don't think that makes any sense. What really strikes me as odd, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here, I'm ranting, sorry, I'll get back on topic in a second, is that it seems as if traffic has contracted since the ETF, but the few large channels, I'm not going to name names, except for I'll name Altcoin Daily. Now, you know what, I'll name names. Something like Altcoin Daily, Crypto Banter, Cryptos R Us, the really big channels, they seem to be getting pretty good views still. I don't really know what's going on there. I don't think anything maybe nefarious on their side, but something is happening here that doesn't reflect reality. If you look at the statistics of their channel, they're getting views and they are starting to see new subscribers for the first time in like 2 years, but it doesn't match up. It doesn't match up with the highest point ever for people searching for Bitcoin on YouTube. I don't know. Draw your own conclusions. I just thought that was interesting. Back to Bitcoin. So we are here. When is the euphoria going to hit? When are the new people going to come? What price? At what price do we think we'll see the retail re-enter? At that point, we should be cautious as a top is likely near. But at this moment, I don't know. Before we even saw the rally in 23, we were bullish. We're always bullish, guys. We were permanently bullish. We were looking for 48K because we said 48K to 50K. That is where we're going to see people pay attention again. We're going to hear $50,000 Bitcoin. Oh my God. We're going to hear $1 trillion Bitcoin market cap again. That's going to grab eyes. It's going to pull attention. And that's likely going to mark something like 2019 or likely going to mark some kind of mid-cycle high. Nobody came. Nobody's here. It seems as if the ETF sell-off somehow ended up bullish. We're higher than the price then on the ETF day. Significantly and meaningfully. I think that the logical arguments are maybe people come in at the new all-time high, 69,000. 69,000 is very exciting, new all-time high. It would be weird for people not to come in, but I don't know. With stocks like Nvidia pulling monstrous moves, kind of taking the degens, right? Taking our degens, we need our degens, but taking them out of our space and bringing them into stocks or bringing them into something else. Maybe that's a factor. That could be a contributing factor. Nvidia saw ridiculous growth from May until today, or May until the high, 100% over the course of less than a year. That is insane for a stock, especially one going from 900 billion to 1.7 trillion. That's insane. Maybe that's what's distracting people. Maybe there's other markets. Bitcoin has never been in this condition. I have never seen, or at least to my memory, you guys call me out if I'm wrong, but we've never seen Bitcoin kind of approaching an all-time high while stocks are at all-time high. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe they have. Maybe I'm off base here. But whenever they're coming back in, whenever we think that new people will rejoin the space, we're likely going to see some kind of high, meaning we sell off in a significant way. We retrace. We don't go back down to 15. I don't think, or I'll say I don't believe Bitcoin will ever trade below 20,000 again. I don't think so. I think it's gone, boys. I think is gone. I don't know who told you under 10,000, but that was never going to happen. Never once did I say Bitcoin is going under 10,000. Just wouldn't have made sense. However, people don't get interested at 69. That's actually the spicier part. I kind of hope that Bitcoin does reach 69,000, whether it's pre-halving or post-halving, and people still aren't paying attention. Maybe Nvidia is up at 1,000, or something, whatever stock they're looking at, whatever it is that's distracting them. Maybe that's more exciting, because if Bitcoin could break its all-time high without getting that burst, sky's the limit, man. 100K? 100K. I think that would grab attention. I don't know, though, because I am pretty much baffled at this point as to where they are. Okay, that was a long rant, guys, but I want to pull it in another direction here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and halvings here quick. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be pretty quick and interesting. If you've enjoyed this stream so far, can you smash the like button? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. We're closer than Bitcoin right now to 100,000 subscribers, and we can get there before Bitcoin with your help. Appreciate it. Also, join the Discord. Shout out to our sponsors, FEMX, Lux Algo, links in the video description below. Again, if you're over on the vertical stream, if you're lost, I know it's confusing. We're trying something out. The link pinned in that chat will bring you over to us, where we have 600-700 viewers. The chat's going wild in here, so jump over. I will be reading the chat in a minute, but I want to go through this before I get distracted again. It happens. Here is the entirety of Bitcoin's history from 2010 all the way to today. What a beautiful chart. What a beautiful chart. It's the best chart. People ask me, what's the best chart? I say this chart. Sorry, I was trying to sound like Trump. That is a beautiful chart, though. Look at this climb. It's gorgeous. If you put it on regular, it really kind of drives that point home, right? You look at Bitcoin from 2010, it was probably over in 2010. It went up to $200. It was over again in May of 2013. Then into 14, it rallied to 1,200. It fell down to 200. No, not even 170. It was over again until 2018, 2017, went to 20K. It was over. It went to 3K, went to 3K again. You get the point. It's a beautiful chart. Anyway, so looking at Bitcoin's halvings, so far we have had 3. Bitcoin started with a 50 Bitcoin Coinbase reward. We need new terminology for this stuff. It's a mouthful to say. Coinbase reward is not related to Coinbase, the exchange. I know that's confusing, but that actually, I think they took the name from that. Coinbase reward is how many Bitcoin are awarded to the miner that solves the current Bitcoin block. So in the very first days of Bitcoin, if you solved the block, which was very easy, you get 50 Bitcoin. After November 12, that reward dropped to 25. The halving drops that reward in half. So again, in July of 16, that 25 became 12.5. In May of 2020, that 12.5 became 6.25. And now in just, 2 months? April 20th? Guys, if the halving's on April 20th, it's a sign. It'll be on 420. Blaze it, baby. Let's get 420 likes in the stream. Let's get it. Let's get it for the halving. Do it for the halving. When we have the halving on April 20th on 420, that 6.5 will drop to 3.25. And what's really cool, I don't have the math pulled up, but if you look at the inflation of Bitcoin based on this reward versus the total supply, you will find that I believe it is currently at 1.8, and it will be dropping to 0.9% inflation. So it's already under the 2% inflation target from Chirpow, and it's about to go even lower. Pretty spicy stuff. So this is actually what I wanted to show you. Got a little distracted. I had a lot of stuff I had to remember today. So if we look back to halvings, we have them marked in these dotted lines here. If we look at the halving and we see a high, we always have seen a high before our halving, we can look and say, all right, how close to that high did we get pre-halving? So for the first one, price only retraced or was about 52% away from its high. And that was $32. It reached 15, sold off a little bit into the halving, and then went on another parabolic run. It's about 52% off its high. If we look at the next halving, this is 2013 to 2016. Price traded to 1,200, down to whatever, 150, like I said. but it only made it back to 777. Now that was much closer than the previous halving, 33% off of its high. I'm getting somewhere with this, don't worry. Let's look at the next one, the most recent halving. From 20,000 in 29, we reached 13.8. That is 30% off of its high. So there is a pattern here, at least so far. Now we only have 3, and be very careful using 3 as a sample size. That's a bad idea. But what we can say, or what we can determine, what we can speculate on based on these 3 is that each halving has gotten a little bit closer. That rally before the halving happens has gotten a little bit closer to the previous all-time high. Now here's where it gets pretty spicy, guys. If you look right now, Bitcoin is the closest, has the smallest distance to cover back to its all-time high as it's ever had pre-halving. And this is pretty cool. It does fit the pattern here. You know, people take these cycles and say, okay, the cycles, the highs are getting lower, we're having diminishing returns. They're basing it on 3 samples. That's not good. But if they can do that, I can say this. If we have diminishing returns, then we also have something else going on. Something else that suggests that Bitcoin eventually will break its all-time high before a halving cycle. So it'll hit a high, retrace, and break its all-time high again. If we're going to say that 3 can be used. I don't think we can. But anyway, we're only 23% off the high now. This is the highest, the closest Bitcoin has ever been. And we still have 2 months. Looking at these monthly candles, we got monsters. 4. Right now, 6 green candles in a row. I do believe, as spooky as this will be, that is the same as what we saw from October-ish until whatever month that is, the high, 65K in 21. 6 months. It's a little unnerving. I don't think that is meaningful for this rally or something, or like saying that it can't be 7, but it makes me a little uncomfortable here. We are closer to our all-time high than we've ever been, and our halving is coming. If we're going to say that diminishing returns exist based on the cycles we've seen, then I'm going to make the argument that, well, we also will see this approach 0 and logically break an all-time high before halving at some point. There's some unique alpha you're not going to get anywhere else. There you go. No one else has ever said that. Never. This is a cool chart. Someone linked in the Discord. Shout out to you, my friend. I think it was Saving Face. Someone on Twitter tweeted this, but I was like, I'm going to do this myself. So what we've made here on this chart, it might look like nothing to you. This is the approximation of the total world's dollars. Now, if you look up here, or if you take a peek, you're not going to be able to see that. Not going to be able to see it on the vertical stream. Great reason to jump over to the normal one. This is the M2 supply plus Europe's M2 supply multiplied by the Euro USD, because that's going to convert it into dollars for us. So now we have M2 supply for US, M2 supply for Europe, but in dollars. Then we have Japan's M2 supply divided by USD JPY to get that in dollars, plus CNM2 divided by CNH. Long story short, this is China's dollar supply, Japan's dollar supply, Europe's dollar supply, and the US's all together in one chart. Pretty cool stuff. One thing is for sure, and I don't think anyone here tuning in for crypto is surprised by this or hearing this for the first time, but the printer never turns off, guys. Never turns off. This data only goes back to 96, but it doesn't even matter. You can go back to ancient Rome and look at them and how they inflated themselves into oblivion as well. This only goes up. Only ever up. We have little periods of contraction, but just like Bitcoin, it's just going to trend up forever. We're going to have long periods of contraction, longer than we're comfortable with, but this is something that's just going to keep going up. Hyperinflation is guaranteed. History has proven that for thousands of years. I don't really know what to make of this or really what to do with it, but it's cool to look at, and I couldn't help but notice our favorite pattern. This is on the monthly time frame because all of this data is not updated daily or anything. It's updated like once a month by the Fed and whatever other countries. We see a pattern we like. We have a flat top forming on a monthly time frame. We have higher lows. This is very bullish. And when I say bullish, I mean the world looks like it's going to print a lot more money. And we can see that on this chart. We can infer that from what we see on this chart that we made up. Pretty cool stuff. I'm not even gonna like make targets because even these numbers aren't really that meaningful. Like 68.8 trillion, it's not really that meaningful. It's just the measurement, or to be able to look at the data, is important. On that topic, I tweeted this earlier. Follow me on Twitter. I do a lot of S posting. I posted this earlier, but this is really interesting. Again, I'm not the expert that is going to be able to give you in-depth insights to this. I just put the data out there, put my interpretation out there, and I hope that experts come join me, see it, and give me feedback. That's how we grow and learn. But this is the M2 supply of just the US. It's currently at 20.8 trillion. So this is really cool stuff. If you look down here, you can go home or at home and put on RSI and look at this yourself. If you look at the RSI, this really is like humorous to me because it's a visual representation of the money printer never turns off. RSI basically at 100 the entirety of this data. This data goes back to 1959. So that's like 65 years, something like that. 65 years of this. We have never seen the M2 supply on the monthly time frame fall out of an overbought status. In fact, it rarely ever deviated from 100 until bum bum bum. It looks like the start of 23. Is it the start of 23? Start of 23. Finally fell down. Now, again, I don't know what that means. What it means, though, from a chart perspective, is that the relative move of this pull down on M2 supply is greater than anything it's ever seen, at least with respect to its moves to the upside. We did see here in 1992, out to 95, that money supply flattened out, and we did see some lows there. Older people, what happened? What happened in 92 to 95? I was like a baby. I don't remember. And again, back in 1970. But this is significant. Share this picture. Find someone who can tell us what this means. As a chart guy, I can tell you what I think, and that is we have seen a sell-off. And just like any chart, we've seen a pullback on our data. That pullback brought our RSI down lower than it's ever been. Yet, the total is still almost as high as it has been over the last few years. I think it touched 21.7. It's at 20.8. This is potentially the biggest, most insane bullish divergence forming that I've ever seen. Maybe that anyone's ever seen. And I think that lines up with what we just looked at here. The printers can be turned off. They can be paused. No, they can't be turned off. They can be paused. But they're always going to turn back on. We know that. All right. I wanted to do something a little special for this dual streaming thing. We got 800 viewers on our normal format stream. And let's see on the other one. Got a solid 110 on the shorts one. Sweet. What I'm hoping here is to, one, utilize YouTube's new tool, which is the vertical format streaming, to get a little more reach, because we've been struggling with that. But also, if you guys are watching on your phones, it might make more sense to watch the vertical one. I typically watch on my PC. So I like the horizontal. You can see the charts better. You get more of it. But I think this is really cool, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're thinking here. We're going to do some BTC analysis, probably look at some alts, but I have ignored the chat for too long, and it's time for me to pay the piper. So let's see who's here. I'm pulling it up right now. What's up, Brent Maconi? Brent Maconi says to smash the likes, and you do not trifle with Brent. If Brent says smash the likes, smash the likes. I mean, I just did. What's up, Dave P? Pump it up. Heck yeah. Crypto Steve O, the dual streaming is so spicy. Isn't it weird? It's weird. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out this puzzle for a while. I finally got it. Nice. Yonito Vizil Hilsa. Do I prefer waffle, pancakes, or French toast? Honestly, bro, this is going to lose me probably like 1,000 subscribers right now. You're all going to turn off the stream. Don't do that. Not a breakfast guy. Not a breakfast guy. If I had to go with one of those, I'd probably go with waffles. I'm also just like not a sweet guy. I'm like a savory, salty. I like meat. Yeah, just breakfast ain't my jam, man. It's not my jam, but I appreciate you. Good to see you, bro. What's up, Dave Digital? Avondale. When is the FOMC meeting? There's no FOMC meeting today, guys. I know there's confusion sometimes when we do this. There's no FOMC. The next FOMC is in March. Today at 2 p.m. So in an hour and a half. 2 p.m. they will release the notes or the minutes from the FOMC in January. This does give us additional insight as to maybe what went on behind the scenes with their decisions, maybe some personal insights, maybe some forward guidance that wasn't shared during the FOMC. So it is important. It's definitely important. And also, if you look, there's nothing else important going on today. We don't have big data number releases. We don't have any inflation related data coming out today. It's just the minutes and Nvidia. Nvidia's earnings. We talked about that at the start of the show. That's it today. There's like nothing else. So we're covering it. If you missed the intro where we went over what happened in the last one, kind of what we're expecting, you can go back. DVR is enabled, or timestamps will be added to this after the live. So you can check them out then. You went heavy in SCI today. Hopefully it plays out well. KNT Jason. Probably can look at SCI. I wish you the best, man. Good luck. But let's see. We'll take a look. Mikey Brenton, FOMC. What time? Yep. Sorry, guys. I know it's confusing, but is what it is. Sneering Jay. What's up, brother? Typical Dave. Yo. Tonzi Norman. Went to the petrol in the 90s. Desert Storm. All right. Interesting. I don't know how that... I was not a human back then. Gonna be interesting. What do I think about the crypto rover Zach XBT situation, Tom? Poncho Villa, bringing in the drama, bringing in the spice today. I approve. Let's see. You guys know I am not a drama person. I don't talk smack about people unless there's a very, very meaningful reason to do so. So let me delicately dance around this. Let me preface with what I say here is not directed towards one person, because that would be unfair. I would say the majority of the space is what I'm directing this to. Most crypto YouTube channels have participated in pump and dumps, in undisclosed ads, paid advertisements. Basically, they participated in lucrative ventures that use their viewership and their reach as the liquidity, as the money pool, as the piggy bank to dip into. I'm not going to comment on Rover specifically, right? This is like, and it's not even more than half. It's probably 95%, probably more. Although I have seen a move away from that with some really great channels. You know, let me just take a second to be positive here. Shout out to Jason Kasper, Crypto Lifer. There's more, but Jason Kasper, Crypto Lifer, Frankie Candles. There's still more. You guys know who they are, right? The people that aren't shilling you microcap crap for money. The people who are just making good content out there. Shout out to them. When I started this 5 years ago, there was virtually no one making content like this. Live trading crypto content didn't exist. We were like the founders, or maybe the originators. We brought it to YouTube. I made this channel because I saw that content and said, this is just getting people wrecked. What if I made good content that helped people? Well, hopefully I've helped people. I don't know. Hopefully. But that was a direct reason we made this channel. So many have participated in this. A lot of them have cleaned their act up. Many of these channels have recognized their ways. You know, it was an early time. It was a Wild West. Maybe they weren't too familiar with even how the mechanics of the things they were doing was affecting people. By this point, we are. I would say any influencer still doing that kind of behavior is really bad. Just disclose your ads, right? If you got paid 10 grand from some, ruggy crap company or something, just say it. Just say they paid me 10 grand. People are probably interested in that. Don't pretend like it's organic or something. It just makes you look bad. But Zach XBT, this is the next part of this. Zach XBT, I respect the absolute crap out of. Sure, I'm positive he's gotten some things wrong in the past. I'm positive he's looked into people, made some conclusions, and have not been correct. But the man is out here doing the Lord's work in crypto. I view him as a peer, even though I'm not doing that kind of stuff. Like as a peer, as a respected peer, as someone who is also doing good, right? Trying to protect people. I'm not sure about the specifics of Rover and what XBT said about him. I did read the thing, but I don't remember. It's not that important to me. Know that behavior was once the entirety of the space, and a few good channels are slowly moving away from that, or have slowly carved out a path from that awfulness. Oh yeah, Crypto Jeb, there's another one. There's a lot more. There's a lot more, but if you look at it in the entirety of all the channels, it's a very small amount. Didn't even think I'd rant about that today. Yohonito, you've been with me since 1922. You the man, keep it up. You the man, dude. Appreciate you. Tease Jew, Jordan Cameron. Yes, Jordan Cameron. Another channel. I have not watched too much of his content. I have tuned in to his lives, and I like to hype him up. I don't think he's ever noticed me in there, but there you go. Keep naming them, guys. If you know good ones, put them in there. CryptoFace, yep. CryptoFace has, to my knowledge, and I'm very close friends with him, has never done anything like that because he doesn't need to, first of all, and because he's a good dude. Thoughts on OLAS? Never heard of it. Thank God for good crypto content. I tried, brother. You did help a lot. Thank you. Odyssey 1. What's up, Philly Skills? Pioneers. I like that. Todd Stadler. You better put Big Boy on that list. Big Boy. Ha! I'm glad you wrote that, so I don't have to name any specifics. OGs Unite. That's right, AB Lopez. What's up, Moon Booty Boy? You're addicted to welding documentaries. Guys, did you know that 9 out of 10 welders approve and watch Tom Crown regularly? 1 out of 10 welders suck, apparently. Struggling to name Trader's Reality. I'm very not familiar with him, but the few minutes I've seen of his content didn't look like he was shilling crap, so that's good. That's good. Look at Google searches for how to buy Bitcoin. Scotty don't pee. That's actually a good idea. I'll probably do that. What's up, One with Nature? Creep. Fafo. Fo High. Tino. I don't know who that is. Bitcoin Hyper. I don't know who that is either. Doesn't mean that they aren't good, though. I don't know. What's up, Basketballs? Divano. Cyrus 88 Ace. Who else? Long Mountain. PD Holder. Who else is here? We got a lot of people today. 12 Big Doll. AB Lopez. Alex S. Andor Zekhani. Anthony Ailman. AV Creations. Ava Juarez. Ayush Nair. BG. Bob Mo. Brandon K. Brent. My guy Brent. Hyping up the likes. Chodor. Coins Check. I owe you a chart. We'll look at it on stream. I forget what it is. We'll look at it on stream. Creep. Brando. Crypto Brando. Dave P. Divano Cyrus. Dr. Crypto. Eli Crypto. MSC. Eric Wallen. Fiber Splice God. What's up? Keep them coming, guys. Put something in the chat if you're here. It's a good day. Let's hype it up. We got some time. Fibbo Joshi. Foxy Thorny. Foxy Thorny is my rock. Flagita Bus. General Anesthetic. IMT. Jack and a Crack. Did you figure it out yet? Did you see? I understand being confused earlier. Appreciate you, dude. IMT. J Day. Jib 4288. Joseph Martinez. Josh Durham. How you doing, Josh? You're looking at EGLD, I bet. And I'll hold you, don't worry. Joshua Smith, Cause of Kami. King Ed. Oh, this is a long list. KNT, Jason21, Crunk C, Leon Dooch, Lewis Christie, Long Mountain, Magnus Larson, Castin Spells, Michael Midster, MG Magus, Chuck, Moby, Nathan Sherwood. This list is infinite. Nikos, Ninja Glock, PB Bits, Peak Indicator, PD Holder, Philly Skills, Pineapple Bull. Holy moly, boys and gals. We're almost done. Tau, Tech Info, Taijitsu, Tip Crow, Todd Stadler, Taiga Music, Typical Dave, Water Swig, Web Dev Newbie. How you doing, bro? Wick, my man, is here. Your owner, Zeke Z. What's up, Zeke? I remember you. X77X, X89. We got so many people. So what do we want to do? What do we want to look at? Can we like somehow take a vote or a consensus here? What chart do we want to look at first? We could go into Bitcoin. This is kind of how I'm seeing Bitcoin right now. I just wanted to make a really basics, 101. Anybody can look at it and understand it. Chart, there it is. Potentially, we had a high trend that broke. Maybe we're back testing it now. This diverges from, and I'll pull this up, our now retired diagram. It did us well. This was the diagram we were watching for weeks and weeks and weeks. And this gives a little perspective. We were really worried about falling into this channel and especially falling below it. But man, January ended and February had different news, man. Blasted out of that channel. Basically just on its own now. Doing its own thing. You know what? We should probably update this. Maybe it will look better like this. Or not look better. Let's do something like this. Something like that, I don't know. Maybe maybe just more of the same channel, right? Something like that. I don't know. Either way, perspective, we have cleared everything, man. I was really worried about right here. It was the end of January, early February. I was really worried. Hopefully I didn't communicate that to you guys too intensely, but we had fallen out of our channel, back tested it. At the same time, we encountered resistance at the 50 daily. Every bear market, every failed rally has started with a rejection of the 50. Fun fact. It looked very probable that we were going to sell off, but we didn't. We blasted through, and now we're up here outside of the diagram. Outside of the diagram. Oh, good. You guys are putting tickers in the chat. Let me see. Tino and Eric Crown. Yeah, absolutely. Eric Crown. Shout out to Eric Crown for sure. Oh, Benjamin Cohen. There's more. And what I love to see, guys, it's like warms my heart. Even though it's competition for me, right? It warms my heart to see more and more of these creators getting more spotlight, getting more reach, new people finding them and connecting with them, and not just getting thrown under the bus. It really does. I've told you guys many times, I won't go into a whole thing about it, but I want everyone to succeed because I love this. I love Bitcoin. I love crypto. And if you guys don't succeed, what am I doing? I'm just removing people from my passion. I want the opposite. I want more people to join. I want more people to feel what I feel and to be in this with me. Because let's be real. At the end of the day, I don't want to be rich and lonely. I want to have friends. I want to have friends when I get to the moon. All right. Howdy from Montana. What's up, bro? First time here. Already fun. Steezy Arts. Welcome, bro. Good to see you. Eli Crypto. Eli Crypto wants to look at ARC M. Power. Sam the Moon wants to look at Power. What's up, J Core? Still nothing from the Litecoin Foundation on Nashville? Dude, they're not going to reach out to me. Not a chance, Wick. They're not going to. That's what you get. A decentralized foundation, man. They're about what you would expect. It's like a charity. It's like a nonprofit charity type thing. Not a lot of organization. That's okay. Still love Litecoin, and I'd still go if you're out there. Litecoin Foundation. You invite me, fly me out there. I'll be there. What's up, Callie Goulton? Yo. For a woman intuition, Wendy O. I love Wendy O. Shout out to Wendy O. Morning chat. What's up? More tickers. Eli Crypto, Arkham, Jose Castro, Nvidia. I'll pull Nvidia. We'll just let Nvidia chill here while I read some of these. What do we want to see? Put the tickers in chat. GB wants to see Jasmine. Ava wants to see NKN. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Eddie Aguilar, Eth. I think we can safely agree that a lot of people want to look at Eth. We'll pull that up. GRT, understandable. 12 Big Dow wants to look at GRT. Tip Crow, Pith. Haven't looked at Pith in a while. Hugo Crypto wants to look at Cello. Dreadlock Monster, the army is strong. Hell yeah. Tucker, IMX. Yeah, we should look at IMX. You super chatted, man. We got a lot of new mechanics going on with this stream. In fact, let me show you what I'm working with here. How crazy is this? Oh, it's a Tom Crown dance party. All right, enough of that. But I had a lot of things to kind of make sure we're working this morning, so my brain's a little more distracted than usual. It's already like maximum distracted typically. Crypto Overlord wants to see Pond. What else do we want to see? Water Swig, Proppy. KNT Jason 21 SEI. Yeah, I'll pull up SEI for you. We got Ethereum and SEI pulled up. We'll take a look at Bitcoin here at some point, but Bitcoin, I'll let you know when Bitcoin does something interesting. It's not doing anything interesting right now. We got SEI. What else do we want to see? Tucker. Super chatted IMX. That's what got me on this. Okay. I'll pull up IMX. I didn't even see the super chat, but I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. We'll look a little more into this. Props Pickle. Props to Pickle, always props. What does FOMC mean? It is the Federal Open Market Committee. There you go. Prop, SEI, FBTC. We can look at that. Kami. Kazi. Immortal song. All right. You twisted my arm. Yeah, all right. We haven't had any music. I've been testing stuff. We just testing to see what works, what little tweaks might impact our YouTube discovery. Today's feeling pretty good, but we do have FOMC in the title. The FOMC streams actually are dying. Ooh, they are dying, guys. Do you want me to share that story or do TA? Probably should do some TA. We'll put on our pump song. Let me check the volumes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What was it saying? The FOMC streams, they're fading, guys. We started doing them 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Nobody gave a shit. No one watched them because why would you? They're really boring. We tried to make them fun. Into 2022, somehow we created like a trend or like a phenomenon as interest grew and was kind of pointed more towards the Fed and what was going on as interest rates were increasing. And I think it was November 2022 was the peak of the FOMC streams. We're going to keep doing them no matter what. We did them when no one was watching. We keep doing them. But since then, I think every stream has been slightly less live viewers and slightly less total views on them. And that makes sense because now every major outlet, every major news outlet covers them. Like CNN, CNBC, almost every crypto channel covers them live. We have a ton of competition. I am just thankful to have been able to contribute something that I feel, I'm gonna say ownership over, because that's not right, but you know, that I contributed to the space. That's us. And it's not just me, it's you guys. It's all of you. It's wild. It's freaking bonkers. Bonkers. Is that volume good? Yeah, it looks good. I'm just like pontificating today, guys. I don't know, just chatting. We're getting to some charts though. MATIC, IMX, we got IMX pulled up. BTC, oh, we'll get it. You're the best. Thanks for the shout out. Chart Champions is okay too. No shill. They're okay. Okay, cool. I remember Chart Champions when I was like starting the stream, but then they just disappeared. Like YouTube will never show me their content. I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed. They never show up in my searches. I thought maybe they stopped making content. Let's see. Ludicrous Hustle. What's up, Applegate? I see you, bro. CAS, VV, USD, I don't know what that is. MATIC, all right, I'll pull up MATIC. We're not doing 1,000 charts. I just typed in chart. Wow, that was weird. You want to see dark mode? It is dark mode. It's all dark mode, baby. Oh, on Nvidia, too bad. Nvidia is a normie chart, so it gets normie colors. This is what happened the other day. I don't know what happened to my MATIC chart. We'll have to pull up another one. We'll look at MATIC though. What else? Bork. GNO, USD, FET. FET's a good one. MNT, APE. We can look at APE. I still have that APE long open from $1. Look at MNT, APE, FET. All right, you know what? I'll pull up a lot of them and we're just going to do some like glancy overview stuff. We'll do like zoomed out. We're not gonna be looking for divergence and retracements. We're just gonna look at like horizontals. We're gonna look at, let's say the monthly. Monthly is a good place to start. We'll look at a lot. We'll do a lot of them, but we won't spend too much time on any individual one unless it gets very spicy, and then you know how I do. All right, moving them to the monthly time frame. We got F, SEI, IMX, MATIC, APE, FET. What else? CAS, yeah, we definitely. CAS was at or is at an all-time high in price discovery, doing some good things, slowing down a little bit. It just dumped. Did another 40? I don't know what you're referring to. Dump what? Bitcoin? Bitcoin? There's a month. Arkham. I don't know what Arkham is, and I only see you wanting to look at it, Eli. We got almost 1,000 viewers. We gotta kind of put out the charts that many people want to see. I wish I could do them all, man. If you really want to see specific charts and you don't think anyone else ever want to look at them, sign up for Patreon. On Fridays, we have a Patreon night, and we basically just like drink, talk, trading, do a little educational stuff, but I'll chart anything you want on Patreon night. That's how you can guarantee get whatever chart you want to see. AIOZ, Evil Shenanigans. I can't believe people even know what that is still. Wild. Jazz is chill. What's jazz? Uh-oh. I just played 14 seconds of Big Booty Mix. I hope we don't get banned. Magic was breaking 1 week. What's Magic? Magic? Check TRB. I'll pull up TRB. We haven't looked at it in quite a while. BitSwap and Turbo, MicroStrategy. We can look at MicroStrategy. Yeah, MicroStrat. I think that might be another white chart though. Is MSTR? There it is. MicroStrat. You know what that reminds me as well? Gotta look at Coin, boys. Gotta look at Coin. And then somebody on Twitter, oh nice, Coin made some moves I did not expect. Someone on Twitter commented a ticker for a Bitcoin miner. It was like GFPY. Let me see. GFP. And it caught my eye. GFPY. GPFY. GFPY. Can't find it right now. That's right. Coinbase. Let's see. Gina's simp army fell off. Womp, 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 womp. 10 minutes to FOMC. Nope. We got an hour and 5 minutes until the notes are published. To my knowledge. Unless they're doing them early. Fear of missing crap. You know, not dubstep, but too bad, man. I love dubstep. Great to be here. Make some noise. Smash the like. Yeah, what's up, B4 Crypto? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Tia. Invest Answers. I'm not here to say who the bad ones are. David Brum. Oh, Tino is Trader's Reality. Okay. David Brum says, Tino, Jason Casper, Alex O Crypto. Hey, I know all those names. Trader Geo. I don't know Trader Geo. Crypto Face. Flopping Groper. Crypto Face's brother. Crypto Zombie. Amen. Blockchain Backer. I know of him. I've never spoken to him. Frankie Candles. AJ Writes Crypto. Sam Price and Lifer. Secret Mindset. Never heard of that. And of course, Tom Crown. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Why do I have 2 live channels? Because we're trying something out. One is in the vertical format. One is in the horizontal format. Dub for life. Yeah, dude. Don't talk trash on dub. Don't you talk trash on dubstep. And that wasn't even dubstep. That was Big Booty Mix. The biggest of the bootiest mixes.
Traders Reality, Jason Casper,
there it is.
Alex O Crypto, Trader Geo, Crypto Face, Flop M Groper, Crypto Zombie, Blockchain Backer, Frankie Candles, AJ Writes Crypto.
Good list.
Sam Price, Secret Mindset.
I would like to talk to BCB. I would like to chat with Blockchain Backers. One of the only content creators on YouTube that does crypto that I've ever heard of I haven't spoken with. Maybe because I was not so nice to XRP for a while. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Ivan on Tech. I'm not saying he's not a good one. I've never watched Ivan on Tech's content. I know who he is, obviously, but he is from that time period when a lot of bad stuff went down. A lot of behavior that we should not allow. Not saying he did it. I don't know. Not saying he did it. I don't know. Drum and bass forever. Hey, I still love drum and bass. And I love the wubs, man. Dub for focusing. FOMC loses popularity. Feel back to crypto's revolution. I hope so, Matthew Miller. I hope so. I mean, it's already lost. From November 22nd, it's really only trended down, at least for us. Andy, Bitcoin consensus. Mark Dutch, nice answer. I just actually messaged Andy. I guess he's moving. We're going to do a collab. I dropped the ball, hit him back. He's moving. I said, after he's all moved in, and I was like, yeah, of course, dude. That's on me. Scott Melker. I like Scott Melker. I was on Scott Melker's show once. Freddie Todd. I don't know Freddie Todd. What about Apt? I haven't looked at Apt in a while. Real dubstep is London Underground. All right, I'm going to London. I'm going to be listening to some wubs, man. We're going to be wubbing it out. Still got 831 viewers. We're about to jump into a lot of charts. We've got ICP pulled up. We've got Coinbase, the stock pulled up. MicroTRB, Kaspa, Fetch.ai or FET, Ape, the Ape coin, MATIC, IMX, SEI, which we're going to get on a higher time frame, SEI, and Ethereum's, and we'll probably just look at the dollar value for right now on Ethereum. We looked at the ETH-BTC pair Monday, and it's spicy. I'll show you one thing on it. We'll start with that. If you like any of these, if there's something I'm missing that we should look at today, let me know in chat. But could you guys take a second, just make sure you've hit the like button. If you're new here or you're not new and you're not subscribed, could you just please hit that subscribe button, engaging with the live stream, shows YouTube that people are enjoying it. People are liking it when they engage, even if it's negative engagement. When YouTube sees a live stream gets engagement, it shows it to new people. That's how our streams grow. That's how our channel has grown. And so please, guys, put a message in the chat, share the stream if you can, subscribe, like, etc. It all helps. I appreciate you. It's not placebo, I promise. It does something. It really does. So let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum looking solid. Solid. Touched 3K. I tweeted about it. It went back down. God, my tweets are dangerous. Looking at the monthly time frame, Ethereum does give us the target of 32 or 3,300. Let's say 3,300, kind of on the dot. Back in 2020, after it had hit an all-time high, it fell and found support at 2,700, rallied, found resistance at 33 before falling down to the bear market low. Man, I'm gassy. I don't think I can drink whatever flavor this is of Celsius. It's like made me burp. Slowly but surely crawled its way back up. Now into this resistance. We had a pretty clear path above 2,100. That brought us to 3K. I think we see 3,300 this quarter. So I think February, March, before April, we see at least 3,300. The exciting part for Ethereum is above 3,300. If you can get past that point of efficiency, of resistance here on the chart, you can get past 3,300, you are cleared back to your all-time high. Sol in a very similar situation as well. Sol, I believe the equivalent is 127, 137. If it clears that, really nothing stands in its way of getting back to the all-time high. Make no mistake, these are significant resistances and they're not going to go down easy. But the bulls have been hungry over the last year plus, and I think that both Ethereum and Sol are making their way back to all-time highs. SEI, you can see here my opinion on it, that it is a VC-funded coin. Not my favorite things, but I did make a play on it. Let's see where it went. $1. Excellent. Excellence. Since we don't have a lot of chart data, I'm not going to be able to really use the monthly. Let's get rid of some of this. There we go. Before SEI broke out from its all-time high, 35 cents, we used our Fibonacci extension and retracement tool right here. We connected our all-time high to our all-time low, and that gave us the 35 cent or the all-time high resistance. Once that broke, we were in price discovery, and we only had that one tool to use to really guesstimate where it's going. And that is our extensions here, 1618. That's out at 78.5 cents, and our 2 measured move target up at $1.29. I still do believe SEI is heading to $1.29. I do. However, might not be this month, might not be this week, actually. Let's see. We have our 2 values by the extension, and then, of course, $1, psychological value. That seems to have tapped the brakes on SEI's rally right now. This is very common. Psychological values such as 1 cent, 10 cents, $1, 50 cents, 25 cents. These visually or easily kind of calculated numbers. People tend to put orders there. People who are looking to take profit, just the average Joe, might look to sell at $1, might look to sell at $2, but it's very unlikely going to sell at 78.46 cents, right? Those are more charty numbers. We commonly see trend, I'll say temporary reversals at these numbers where profit taking comes in and it pushes the price back down to find if the bulls are still there to support price. SEI has a nice little support built that can go as low as 70 cents from the weekly here and maybe 60 is about as low as it goes. If it loses 60, it's looking back to 35 cents. But taking a little pit stop here. Down to the day. I'm actually interested in this one. Going down to the day. Let's even go lower. Kind of like a little double top rejection at $1. You have broken your low. SEI, in my opinion, is looking down here. 78.5, that was our TP on the way up. TP on the way up. I think a trader can take a position from there, but likely looking for a little bit more retracement here. I don't think that the rally is over. I still expect SEI to go to $1.29 by who knows, but I think it's heading there. Could be sooner rather than later. Immutable X, IMX. We got the monthly chart pulled up here, and this is a beautiful one. This is my favorite category or type of chart that we see in crypto right now. That is a fall from our all-time high, a bear market rally, we'll call it, March of 23. Many charts show this on the monthly. And then, thankfully, a higher low. That higher low fixes so many problems that could have potentially happened. If IMX had moved lower than 37.3 in September of 23, this chart would not be in the bullish condition it's in, but it did. Moved back up to the bear market high, and you can see right here on the monthly, visible. Similar to Ethereum, right here. An order block on the monthly. That is this red candle followed by a green bodied candle, followed by an engulfing red candle. And this is efficient price action. This is where buyers are trapped, sellers get stopped out, etc. on the downtrend, and that creates real resistance and real support. IMX reached up to it at 233, took 1 month to consolidate, giving back a little bit of the gains before this month taking off to a very specific spot. Using our extension and retracement tool, $3.48 was hit. Now, I do have this arrow pointing back down to this 235 area. Really, it would be this order block, though, this new order block. It's like $213.93. Basically, looking for profit takers to come in and resistance to be resisted before finding support on our newly created support from this order block, and then moving to $5.79. That's back to the all-time high. If it breaks the all-time high, that's where it gets very spicy as we get to use our fib tool again, and these numbers get very silly. Our 1618 is at 31.62, and our measured move almost $90. Now, don't be fooled. $90, that's not going to happen. It's not going to go like this. This could be like the bull cycle, bull peak of this market, of this bull market. This may never come. It may go past it. It may never come. But this is like, typically when you have a macro extension like this, the measured move is, okay, kind of peak bull market, when everything's as hot as it can be, that's where you might see it move to. Rarely does it move higher. Almost always hits the 1618. So if I was trading IMX, I'd probably be waiting for that retracement, trying to target along maybe somewhere at the $2 range. You can either play back to 350 or up to the all-time high. It depends on how much confidence you have and what you're trading with. If you're trading spot or leverage. By the way, if you're going to trade leverage, sign up with FEMX, our sponsor. The link's in the video description below and in the chat. If you sign up using my link and you join the Discord, you can verify that you've signed up with our bot, and it will give you access to the VIP trade ideas, trade setup room that I update daily. It's chock full of charts, chock full of trade setups. None of it's financial advice, guys. It's kind of my dump of ideas, but there is a lot of it, and it is valuable, and it costs you nothing. If you're already trading, you just use my link. That's it. Cool. Let's take a peek at MATIC. MATIC on the month. Kind of struggling here. A lot of charts have this at the moment. A lot of these charts that we haven't really been hearing about lately, but there's absolutely a following. So I'd say MATIC is one. MATIC has kind of just been at $1 for a really long time. 19 months, roughly $1. What's looking good though? What's looking good here is in February, if MATIC can close its monthly above 97, but let's just say $1, but 97 cents, it will have a bullish engulf on the monthly time frame. That will also cement that critical important level of $1 as support. If it does get that close, I think MATIC can move to $1.20 very quickly, but I would not be surprised to see it as high as $1.50, almost within, I don't know, a month of closing above $1. That would start to kind of look like the Ethereum chart here, where you had your fall and your slow grind up and your flat top pain out. I'm just looking for that monthly close above 97. Without it, MATIC is kind of just floating here, doing nothing. If it closes below 97 cents, I have a pretty strong confidence MATIC will see 78 cents in the resulting next month, so that'd be in March. It's a line in the sand, baby. You got to break it. Ape, a coin that I Really did not like when it came out. Still don't, but I did take a long on it just because it hit $1 and I said I would. And we live nailed the bottom on that one. We don't, yeah, we get stuff wrong a lot of the time, but we really nailed that. I took like a leverage long. I can pull it up then. Hit $1. Let's see, which was the lowest traded price on its listing month. Does seem to be struggling a little bit here. I don't know where these lines came from. One sec. They don't look right. Ah, that's how we got it. We don't need that. That's still looking good though. $1.75, a nice psychological level. Again, what's interesting is if you look across the market, even though assets trade at such a large variety and range of numbers, an unusual or like a more than coincidental amount of them are at these psychological numbers right now. It's like MATIC is at like $1, right? Ape is at $1.75. IMX, not at one. SEI, $1, right? Ethereum, $3,000. FET, $1. CAS, not it, doesn't line up with it. It's weird. I don't know what to make of it. I'll take your thoughts, but it's interesting. Like, it's not something that's always happening. They're at resistance or at these like just psychological resistances. But anyway, $1.75. Looking at Ape, close the weekly. Gosh darn. Moving back down. Ape does have kind of an open fair value gap here down to $1.35. That'd still be a higher low. That would be a good start here. Be a good start. It can trade as low as $1.35 or something like that without really messing this up. What you don't want to see is these wick lows taken out at around $1.30, or else you're going back to $1. And with this being all the bulls could muster, I don't have confidence that $1 will hold on a retest. However, holding these low and where we are right now, still looking good. Your top is very flat at $1.75. You can see some efficiency in price up to about $2.50, which then gaps up to $3.35. Gaps up to $3.35, which would be your next upside. Let's see. It just looks typical. Looks typical. This chart could get so good so fast, but just hasn't done it yet. You just need to see this upside resistance right here. You just need to see it get faded. Close a weekly above $1.75 and then send it. Likely to, wow. Yeah, when you zoom out, it's even crazier. So Ape closing above $1.62 today, or on the monthly February. Bullish engulfing will cement that as support, but also look at this inefficiency. Look at this, right? It's wild. From 363 all the way to 175. This whole thing is inefficient. It's just down. There's no real distribution. There's no real trading. It's just one-sided price action. That is inefficient. And when you move back into that inefficiency, charts tend to move very quickly like a knife through butter up to the next point of resistance. And we've seen this across the space all year. So just by the monthly, we wouldn't even look at these really. We can get rid of these and say, if Ape can close 175 in February, if it can prove, it can make it real, then it's retaking that resistance. It can move to 363 in a very short time period. That's where I'd be aiming. There is a lot of efficiency on the chart here, starting at 363. And so I'm probably on that dollar long going to look to close at 363. It might make it through, but I've played my bet there. Let's look at FET. FET reaching up to $1. One of the weirdest charts, but one that draws my attention. I just can't stop looking at it. FET, this is again on the monthly, is just one giant pattern. One massive pattern. And it's a pattern we like as bulls. We love this pattern. Flat top. Flat top, it's on the monthly, 81-ish cents. We have already moved through it this month and it's touched $1, hitting that psychological resistance or profit-taking level. Actually, that's a real one because it's hit $1 before. But anyway, this is wild. I don't know what to do with this wick. I kind of like don't want to count it because it goofs up all the TA. But at the same time, it doesn't actually ruin the chart. It's weird. If you take this wick, the high, connect it to your low, you get your 0.5 retrace right at $1.19. $1.19. This has been the target for FET since we looked at it, I don't know, maybe a week ago. It is your 0.5 retrace. It is really the top of what I'll consider like real. I don't know if that looks real or what, but it is without a doubt your resistance. And it's at exactly the 0.5. It's a pretty spicy setup with the lows coming up and the flat being, or the top being tested again as a flat top. We may see it retrace, could trade back down even to 50 cents for 50% sell off. But even then, I think it's looking to enter. It's not price discovery, but I think it's looking to make some real gains here. Our 1618 or a golden retracement on our fib tool gives us about 250. That'd be a great target. If we zoom in, if you're looking for a position that's not at the top of the green candle today, that's good. You may have an entry at maybe 79 cents, 80 cents that you might be able to play to that 119. Kind of a quicker scalpy bounce. I think the right trader could make a good trade there. Yeah, I don't know. Moving on. Cas entered price discovery this month again as it broke past, call it 15 cent resistance. Now at 17.5, it's pulled back a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Just a wee. After 15.6, we use our fib tool. Again, it's all we can really use in price discovery. We don't have any data. We don't have any history of trading at this level. So we can't say that there's resistance or support, but we can say logically, mathematically, using this tool, when price breaks its high and moves towards that 1618, this is a mathematical level where people look to take profit. So we commonly do see price pull back a little bit from there, retrace, but very, very confidently with high probability, once it breaks a high, it moves to these levels. That gives us 21.2 cents in our measured move sitting at 25. I like 25. 25 is that nice quarter, right? The nice psychological piece. 2 days of selling, but these wicks are not that scary. You can see an order block on the day acting as some support here, and that's backed up by the previous high on CAS. If this is going to sell off before it moves towards 25, I think the optimal entry will be right here, 15 cents. It is slightly higher than the previous all-time high, but again, that's that nice psychological level. Maybe it could look something like that. I think that is a great play. I think that'd be a great play. If it comes to 15, I guess your stop could be like 13.5 and you'd be targeting 21 or 25 and you can have a pretty slick trade there. Yeah, sweet. TRB, haven't looked at in a bit. Probably December of this year. TRB hit its all-time high, at least that I can tell. Docs. There we go. Yep, still the all-time high. Sweet. Hit its all-time high about a month ago. Sold off a wee from there. This is not bad though. Look at this monthly. This is what you want. This is what you want to see. You might be able to, there might be an actionable trade here. You have an order block on the month, a new all-time high. Sellers came in. You closed back down. Here you are. This is $112.70. And right now at 116, it is very close to that level. You have support here from the monthly, from the previous all-time high. You had resistance here. You broke it. Broke it here. But you built support there. You accumulated. You broke it. Now maybe coming down to test this as support. There could be a long potential right now, maybe. Don't FOMO, but it could be right now. Interesting that it sold off actually quickly. It looks like it kind of ran a little too early. Your 1618 is a little silly looking, but that sits at $1,245. That's a 10x. That's a 10x from right here. There's no guarantee it's going to do this, right? But that is, there's worse charts out there, man. There's worse charts out there that you might be looking for a 10x on. I'm not even going to talk about 4,000. Let's see what this looks like on the day. It's not bad. That wick is ugly AF. Looks like that all-time high really came in just one single daily candle before selling off. But actually, it does not look that bad. Let's try this. I'm gonna, for example, I will put this in the VIP exclusive trade idea channel that you get if you use my link to sign up for exchanges. I'll put this in there after the live. I can see something like this. Something like that. I like this tight stop here because the bottom of our order block is at 78. So you'll notice I'll make this setup a good amount of the time, where I'll give a closer support potential long position. And then I will again target, especially if it's a large range, the bottom of that same order block. And that'll be at 78. So really the logic here is if we lose this level, we don't want to be in a long. We have another shot at support at the bottom of the order block. So we want to potentially close a long position and then reopen lower. Losing this level significantly is just very bad for the chart, and you probably don't want to be in a long at all. So these are what I'll consider good trades. Doesn't mean they're guaranteed to win, but I'll consider them good trades. I like how close that is to price right now. MicroStrategy, man, we had some fire calls on stocks. I think I should just go into stocks, guys, in all honesty. Like, I feel like I have better stock calls. Or maybe stocks are easier. We were looking for MicroStrategy to move from 500 to 750, which is kind of weird because that's almost the same setup as Nvidia. We're looking for 350 to 712. It kind of did a similar move, even though they're not related. It's weird. MicroStrategy bounced from 486, moved to 750. Here we are at resistance. Here we are at resistance. Major resistance. This is a very major resistance. If MicroStrategy can break 750, like close this month above it, it's very likely moving to 1400 in the next few months. Probably dependent on the Bitcoin market. That would be your all-time high from all the way back in February of 2000. What was MicroStrategy doing in February of 2000 that it traded so high? I don't know. Certainly not buying Bitcoin. Something. But this chart looks awesome, man. I might buy some MicroStrategy. You move back to your resistance, you hit a higher low, that support holds. Now you're retracing. It gets very exciting if you break that high again, right? Because you can do this. You can look up and say logically, you have resistance from this monthly, and you were there in December of 21 or 22. No, December of 2020, January of 21. That's a meaningful resistance. It's like 1390. This is the month. Holy shit. Monthly, macro, just major resistance. I believe if this is retaken by the bulls, if 750 is retaken by the bulls, 1390 probably will not hold as resistance. It may take a little breather, but it might be going back to its all-time high over the course of maybe the next few years. Probably dependent just on Bitcoin. MicroStrategy looks great. Wow. I'm about to open up like a Fidelity account. I don't have a retirement account anymore. I'm about to open one with Fidelity or whatever is the best one for Bitcoin. And just buy, like have just DCA MicroStrategy, Coinbase, some minor stocks, and then obviously Bitcoin ETF. I'm going to do that hopefully by the end of the month. Hopefully. Already hit a higher high. Man, this looks boss. This looks boss. I got to set an alert. Coin. I'm going to get to the chat after this one again. You can see here my doodle. I was looking for coin to hit a high and then a lower high. I was looking for rejection from about 150. I think what happened here, apart from me just being wrong, incorrectly predicting, being inaccurate, is Coinbase earnings came in very hot. We were talking about this in Nvidia today as those numbers will be published, I think, at 4 p.m. East today. Coinbase came in with some big boy earnings, and that just blew it through resistance, it looks like. Back to December 23's high at 190. This is a major resistance. This chart gets very spicy, though. It gets very spicy. Coinbase has not traded that long, and we do see efficiency all the way back here from the beginning. That makes 208, or we can call it 200, probably a pretty rock solid resistance. It's going to take a lot of buying to get through that. Think about all of the trapped orders here, all of the FOMO, all of the hype, the capitulation. Things started heating up, but people are like, I'm not falling for this again. I'm going to short. It goes up. Oh, I got a better entry. Yeah, right here at the previous high, short again. Trapping all these people. This is going to be some big resistance. But if you can break 208, you go right back to the top. Yeah, I'd say you go right back to the top, like 381. Maybe Coinbase and MicroStrategy will look to do these at the same time. Who knows? Probably related. And I'm not going to speculate really any more outside of that on Coinbase right now. I'm not going to speculate any more on it. You might be looking for a long at 150 as it didn't act as resistance here. It got broken through. You may find support there. That would paint a nice little picture. I think that would be decent. All right. I'm just going to do ICP really fast because why not, right? This is upside down. Since it's the last one that I have to get through. ICP, close 13, little order block. Same thing comes to mind for ICP and MATIC. They both have this monthly. And a strong monthly close, just like for MATIC, for ICP, gives it some nice upside. Some very nice upside. Closing below, you're probably looking to trickle down back to one of these untested resistances. 650. Yeah, even at, okay. $9. That actually looks pretty good. If it gets a weak close, a close under 13.25, $9 is likely in its future, but that may be the spring point to $20. If it closes above 13 this month, $20 is on deck. This is your only point of efficiency until 41 or 42. Yeah, 41, 42. $20. We're going to see how February closes, and that's likely going to dictate what that looks like. Now, I didn't look at Bitcoin, and I'm not going to do the analysis right now. Let's zoom in and just pull this up. Now I'm going to pull up the chat. I'm losing my voice, fam, but I'm doing it for you. We did Kaspa. What's up? What's up? Bitcoin going to dump? Don't it always, brother. Don't it always. I see some new names that weren't here earlier. Anime Channel, Cryptoholic Love, Daytone, Farouk Not Chubby, Forex Life, Fran Gonzalez, Grizzy. What's up, Grizzy? Glenn Jacobs, Japernicus. I don't know if I shot you out earlier, but Japernicus. Jay-Z. The famous Jay-Z is here. Lobster Rolls. Mission Possible. I like that too. Oliver. What's up, Rahul? Randy Greer. Good to see you, man. Rubble Dark Side AI. What's up? If AI is listening out there, I am your ally. Let's team up. I got it. We both have the same goal. Don't worry. Signal Network. Side Ali Abbas. Tan. What's up, Tan? Trong Ang Dang. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Did my best. A lot of new names. Is anybody here for the first time ever? Aster Coin. I can probably pull up Aster. ASTR. This was the craziest looking chart in crypto for a while. That is not a good rejection. This is what I was looking for. I did take a little position on Aster. Man, it's probably down 20%. Not a big deal, though. Take a look at it more. That does not look good. That kind of looks like it lost its rigidness. Maybe it needs some Selexa or whatever that crap's called. If it continues falling 15 cents, it's at 15.98. 15 cents looks like a decent spot to look for a bounce. Look at it a little more. Brandon K is brand new here. Welcome, brother. Welcome, man. You're lucky you found us. What's up, Anna Filippo? Wicks. TRV looking good, Carpin. The spicy EWT, I don't know. Got a long, stuck at 51.6. Help. 2% down, something like that. I don't know how to help you, man. I'm not financial advice. I'm not even recommending you do this, but taking a loss is not avoidable. You're going to take losses in trades. I'm not saying you should here or what, but you also can always open a opposite position. You can open a short of the same size here, but now your long is underwater and your short is lower than your long, and that is a bad position. That's not a good position to be in. Do Tata, please. What's Tata? Dogecoin. You've been here the whole time, Bullish. Bradley. What's up, Justin Irwin? ILV, Josh. GPT. Can I look at Doge? Yeah, Doge does not. I think Doge is going to 20 cents in the next few months, but it's keeping us on our toes. It's keeping us on our toes, man. Doge just keeps moving down against Bitcoin. The good news is this has been like 3 years. This is a great way to go down. Bad news is it does start to remind me of Litecoin. It's never a good sign. Never a good sign. But you can see at this pace, if we're going to go back to maybe 100 sats, that could still be a while before it bounces against Bitcoin. Doge itself against USD is very stressful. It's very stressful to look at for me. Some interesting thing I'm just looking at here is this was into 21, right here, this price action, right before the only Doge pump ever. Price action right here is actually looking kind of similar, isn't it? That's looking pretty similar. You have, yeah, let me point out what I'm seeing. This is actually kind of cool. You have a high, a low, kind of right in the middle. You have a higher high, that low holds, and then you moved up. There it is. Now watch. Of course, it is much smaller, but look at this. You have a high, you have a low. Let's zoom in. Looks more like it then. You have a high, a low, a higher high, and now you're kind of right here. This could be the start of a very exciting move for Doge. I'm just not ready to love again, Doge. I still have a lot of my Doge. I sold a bunch of it in 21. It's not ready to love again. I'm a little nervous. Doge, there's definitely a nice play. You know, you're in validation, or validation is very easy to identify here. If you break your low here, you haven't escaped this crappy pattern, right? So that could be your invalidation for a long. If you do hold it, that means you're going up, and that means your long is in good position. Man, I'm losing my voice. I woke up and like barely had a voice, but I've pushed through for you guys for the FOMC day. So as you can see, I think it is going to 25 over time. It's taking the slowest freaking route there. And you know what? I just noticed something kind of cool. This is why I love just going over charts I haven't looked at in a while. Check this out. 7.81 cents right here. And that is the price action that we just circled and looked at, zoomed in, but this is on the monthly now. You have your high, your low. Yeah, anyway. Resistance, support, higher high, back to monthly support, 7.81 cents. That is not bad. That is not bad. Let's see. That's quite a stop loss trading view. I don't know if anyone has ever wanted a negative 6 cent stop loss, but I appreciate the effort. I don't know. Appreciate that effort. What's nice about 25 cents here, it's right back to your top monthly candles as resistance in the only big DOGE rally ever. A lot of liquidity there. Nice psychological value. So here's what's nice about it. That's a pretty big upside from here. It's like almost a 4x, 250%. That gives you a lot of leeway, a lot of room for your stop. You can still get a 3-to-1 with a stop under a penny. Is that right? It doesn't look right. That looks wrong. Why does that look wrong? Maybe because all these other colors are in the way. Is it glitching out? Trading View, are you on drugs? Tell me. You have to tell me if you're on drugs, Trading View. You can't lie to me. I think 25 cents, this would be a really nice trade, but I think I would rather take it. Well, I'd rather take it spot and just buy it and wait and not have a stop loss. But there might be a more favorable kind of leveragey play with a tighter stop loss and only looking, there you go, you still get a 6-to-1. Something feels weird about these ratios. It feels like they're on regular and the chart's on logarithmic. I don't know. Might get a tighter stop loss and just a profit taking at 12.69 cents. That wouldn't be bad at all either. I don't know. I don't want to like look at Doge forever. what I wanted to do is I wanted to shout out the new people here, but I think I missed it. Wow. Well, guys, this experiment today, I do appreciate everyone hanging with us. We're not done, but we've had this experiment where we actually have 2 live streams simultaneously going on. One is on the vertical short TikTok format, and one is on the normal horizontal. And appreciate you guys. I want feedback. So jump on the Discord and after the stream, tell me how this was. Did you get notifications for both? Did they both show up in your feed, etc.? Like I have no idea. I have no idea how this works, but it's worked out pretty well today. Let's really quick look here. Ender, we have a subscriber actually on Facebook, Jack Harrison. No, liked it. Ender Zekani, Suraj Sharma, Mohammed Tilavodov, Mekela Brisa, Tyga Music, Physics, Bo and Forex, Peter Shaw, White Dove, Toppers Hostel, Marius S, Vedias Villakoviskis, my bad, Carlos Vence, Adisana Joseph, Shout 1Me818, something in another language I can't read, Rennie Leon, Glenn Jacobs, Henry Lee. This is more subscribers than we've had in a live since the ETFs came out. So something's working about this. I think that's awesome. Let's go. I welcome all the new people. Anyone who's here for the first time or returning and not subscribed, I encourage you to just gently caress that button right now. Go ahead and just gently caress it. Because every single one of those gentle caresses on the like button results in more people seeing the live stream. And that is just great. If you're also here for the first time, something you should know, on the channel. So most of our content is live streams where I do TA and live trading. However, on our channel, there is also free educational content. Look, you can see we're so close to 100K, I can almost taste it. We've gained over 100 today. That's rock and roll. But a lot of people don't know this. We have free full-length trading videos. These videos are the best in the entire space. Nobody makes better videos than these. No one makes better free trading videos. They're in depth. They're thorough. They're beautiful to look at. They're beautifully narrated, and they are Tom Crown level of TA knowledge, blah, 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 right? Check them out. Highly encourage you to check them out. Oh, I was like, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be live until these minutes publish, but I don't know. At this point, it's only like a few minutes away. It's only a few minutes away. So you might as well. I lost my train of thought. That's all right. That's all right. Maybe you guys can knock me back on track. Dump the floor. You like my content. You know what I just realized? My little button machine that puts the messages in chat for me, I think it's sending them to the other stream, isn't it? It's not sending them to this stream. That's weird. There we go. Now it's sending it to this stream. Sweet. Sweet. I see. I'm going to send all of them because you guys haven't gotten any of these. All the links. All the links. Discord, get in it. It's free. FEMX, my #1 crypto exchange. Sign up with them using my link. You'll get access to our VIP trade setups room in the Discord. Lux Algo, of course, the #1 indicator company in the world. They make the best. Lots of free indicators. There's also premium ones. Check them out. And the playlist of those educational videos in the chat. There we go. I didn't mean to spam you guys with them, but they were supposed to be coming here. I guess they're going to the other stream. Tom has the best TA. Thank you, Matrella. Link. Ooh, man. I'm not drinking any more of that flavor of Celsius. Oh. I think I'm going to get heartburn. It's weird. I'm never like burping like this. Link falling back down. Link $16.91. Previous resistance. We sat there from November until February of this month. Rallied to a new high, and we're just seeing a healthy pullback. That's how I see it. Nasty on the week, a nasty shooting star close on the weekly sent this candle lower. You can see visibly kind of this area of efficiency and support. Actually, though, this is a little tricky. Right where price is, if you look to the fall, January of 22, right where price is now, roughly $18. Let's zoom in. That was a pretty critical level, actually. It was your support, lower high, broke, resistance, lower low, double top, basically, rejection down to your bear market lows. That could be enough. That could be enough for an argument for some kind of long position to be taken there. Could be. Could be. On the month, though, nothing to really worry about, huh? I'll tell you what, if $8 ever comes for Link, I'll probably buy it again. I bought some at 5, I'm good. Link did pass its major resistance this month in February, which is why I'm not really looking for lower targets anymore at this point. Link is pretty cleared. A lot of these charts we've looked at look the same as this, but Link is now above this efficiency. Link now can target $30 on the monthly time frame. It's like 28 to 30 bucks. It's already cleared its major resistance. You have 28 to 30, and then really just the all-time high. Link is set up for potentially for some very powerful moves. I'll have to keep a closer eye here. Let me keep a closer eye. Haven't been watching Link much lately. All right. Is it hawkish or dovish? It's dovish. What flavor? Blue Raz, baby, blue Raz. Get the links on this stream. Getting the links on the stream. Yeah, I just changed it. It was sending them to the other ones. I'm going to pull up EGLD for Josh because Josh is just one of the most OG number one, most number one Tom Crown fans out there. I'll pull it up for him. It's not exciting right now. Let's see. Maybe that'll change. You already back tested your resistance at support. It held. I would say, just looking at this chart, $68 at some point in February looks very likely. At least come back to test last month's open. Even if you wick down, we are seeing this on so many charts. MATIC, ICP, very similar conditions there. EGLD just hasn't touched the top of the last month's open, and there's liquidity sitting there. It's very probable that in the next 8 days we'll see it. Very probable. My voice is gone. You did mean to. I don't know what I meant to. Now I see your throat. You vape too much. Yeah, it's definitely the vape I've hit once or twice. And not the 2 hours I've been yelling straight with no breaks. I appreciate you guys either way. Looking out for me. I know. AGIX. Cosmin, you did ask. I'm probably not going to say much about it, though. Let's start this treadmill up. My legs hurt from standing. Standing is the most painful. I guess Binance delisted it. Standing is the most painful condition. It didn't delist it. That's weird. Walking is easier than standing. I think sitting is well, sitting is easier than standing, but walking is easier than sitting. It's weird. All right, get the little steppies in. This has got to go faster. I'm not walking at grandma's pace here. New all-time high on AGIX, it seems. Right at that weekly resistance. What does it look like on the month? A little bit lower. Nice. 50 cents on the month. You got a long way down if you start dropping, though. You do not have much on this chart. You've broken your all-time high. You really don't have resistance anymore. 50 cents is looking like a likely entry. If the week closes below 50 cents, that's when things get sketchy. Very sketchy. A weekly close below 50 cents with 4 days to go could reject price as harshly as back to 33 cents. Could. That would look not good. But there is likely strong support there. And that's evidenced by both our consolidation here in this year and in last year in May. Wow, yeah. I don't know if that's coming, though. I think we're going to get a decent weekly close. Daily order block right below this big rally. The next day, right back to tap that order block. So what that tells me is trading below 46, trading below this order block since it's been tested, is very threatening to longs. Very threatening to longs. And that can give us a nice little setup. Targeting a 3-to-1, slightly higher high at 61 cents, entering at 49.1 or 50. Now let's get the moon math and be done. Let's get the mooner math. Moon math on AGIX. It did break its all-time high, so we look up. 1618 sitting at 133. Your 2 measured move all the way up in 220 territory. Pretty good. Pretty good. Both of those are realistic. Both of those are realistic. You may see something like that. JSim, guys, please do not super chat asking for charts. I just typed in JSim. That's why. Your brain is a muscle. And after 2 hours of doing the same thing, that muscle gets tired. My analysis gets worse. It gets lazier. And we've already done a ton of charts. I'm not trying to do a ton more. But this is kind of cool. Missed our entry. That doesn't look bad. Send alert for 006 on the Jasmy. You know, this kind of looks like Bitcoin in 2018. What? Let me see. Let me know if you see the similarity here. I'm about to pull it up. You see this? This is on the day. Oop, wrong one. This is on the day. Oh, that's on the week. Shit. This is on the week. But I see similarity. It's like a double top here. You have a low, your lowest point in price. You hit a high, trickle on down to a higher low, hit that same price, but then you hold. You don't go back to your low, trade sideways and move up. Very similar. You didn't break your low. Looking maybe for the sideways. We can see that's already been going on for like 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, that's not bad. Shame that long missed. Heckin' shame. 1 cent would be a good target. 1 cent. It's a 2x from here. All right, fam. There's 13 minutes till the notes or the minutes are published, but I cannot talk anymore right now. My voice feels like there's a lawnmower blade in my throat. Not really. It's hyperbole. It's hyperbole. But we will be live again on Friday. Thanks for dealing or sticking through with this experiment today, guys. Sign up with FEMX, my #1 crypto exchange. Then jump in the Discord, verify with the bot, and get access to our VIP exclusive trade room for free. That's all you have to do. We're going to be live again on Friday or whenever Bitcoin gets spicy. So make sure your notifications are enabled. You don't want to miss it if we go live on a spice stream. I'll see you soon, guys. I'll be in the Discord chatting today, so jump in there. That's all for today, guys. Crown out.